Rick Gates was once Paul Manafort's right-hand man. He could now prove to be Manafort's worst enemy, cracking open their alleged secret payment scheme for the world to see. The trouble stems from their work for Ukraine's pro-Russian government, work for which they were paid millions, funneled through shady offshore accounts, according to the witness. At Manafort's trial for tax and bank fraud, Gates has now testified the pair committed crimes together. He says they held 15 foreign bank accounts undeclared in the U.S. and hid financial information from authorities here at Manafort's own request. Suspicious deals carried out in the years before both Manafort and Gates worked for Donald Trump's election campaign. And the president still seems sympathetic to the accused, asking on Twitter last week who was treated worse, Al Capone or Paul Manafort, adding, "Where's the Russian collusion?" As Rick Gates' testimony continues, the question is whether the jury will believe him. He's already pleaded guilty to lying to the FBI in exchange for a deal with the government. And now, another admission. Gates testified that he stole hundreds of thousands of dollars from his own business partner, Manafort, a confession that will only help the defense's argument that Gates is untrustworthy. The trial isn't directly related to the Trump campaign, but it is the first public test of charges stemming from Robert Mueller's Russia investigation.
And Thomas joins us from our Washington bureau now. There was tension in the courtroom today between the judge and the prosecution.
Yeah, there's certainly no love lost between these two, Ian. After the jury left the courtroom today, the judge and the prosecutor got into a 10-minute argument, if you can imagine. The issue here is how the prosecution repeatedly brings up the billionaires in Ukraine who finance politicians there. The judge feels discussing them as a waste of time. Get on with it. It's irrelevant. He's already said stop referring to those people as oligarchs. And today there was this bizarre scene where the judge blasted the prosecutor for looking away from him, saying, "It seems like you're looking down," as if to say, "This is BS." His words, Ian.
Now, the prosecution's evidence today seemed pretty strong, but Manafort's legal team will be giving their side of the story later this week. And Thomas, what are you expecting from them?
Well, you can expect that Manafort's lawyer is going to be hammering home how Gates has been caught lying before, so why should the jury believe him now? Evidence in this trial today would suggest both Manafort and Gates broke the law and hid their tracks, so who's less trustworthy between the two? That is the question for the jury, Ian.
Well, you're in our Washington bureau for the next couple of weeks. I think you'll be busy. Thomas, thank you.
You're welcome.